Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. What if I told you that chasing validation from others is one of the quickest ways to lose yourself? Every like, every nod of approval, every compliment you seek chips away at your true self-respect. You're pouring your energy into the approval of others, people who don't define your worth. And while you're busy chasing their validation, you're forgetting the one approval that truly matters, your own. In this video, we dive into 12 powerful lessons from Stoic philosophy that will help you break free from the exhausting trap of seeking external validation. These lessons are not just ideas, they are practical tools to rebuild your self-respect and reclaim your inner power. Stick with me till the end because these lessons will challenge how you think, how you feel, and how you act. By the time you're done watching, you'll understand how to stand firm in your own value, regardless of what the world says. It's time to stop chasing and start owning who you are. Your journey to true self-respect begins here. Number 1, true self-worth comes from within, not from others' approval. Listen closely. Your true self-worth can't and shouldn't be tethered to what others think of you. This isn't just some nice idea, it's a Stoic truth that's as practical as it is freeing. Reminded us, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. But what about believing in yourself even when no one else does? That's where your real power lies. Your value comes from within, pure, steady, unshakable. Why waste your energy chasing the applause of others? It's a trap that leads nowhere but exhaustion and self-doubt. When you rely on external approval, you give away your power. You hand over your peace of mind to forces outside your control. The Stoics understood this deeply. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." This means your worth isn't in words or validation, but in the strength of your character and how you live your truth. Here's the challenge for you. Start anchoring your self-respect internally. Begin by acknowledging your own values, those principles that matter to you regardless of what others say or think. Write them down. Make them clear. This clarity acts like a compass in stormy seas. Next, practice daily self-reflection. Ask yourself, am I living according to my own standards or am I bending to please others? Be honest. Don't fear discomfort. It's part of growth. This practice roots you in your own truth and helps you shake off the need for constant approval. Now take action. The next time you feel the urge to seek validation, pause, breathe, remind yourself, your worth isn't tied to likes, praise, or agreement. It's built on your integrity, your choices, your inner strength. Repeat this affirmation. My value is inherent. It is not for others to grant or take away. Another practical step is to limit your exposure to environments that demand constant validation, social media, negative company, or any place where you feel diminished. Protect your mental space like a fortress. Seneca advised, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Surround yourself with those who support your growth, not those who keep you dependent on their approval. Remember, real confidence grows in the quiet moments when no one is watching. It's in your silent resolve to honor yourself even in solitude. This self-reliance is the bedrock of true freedom. So commit today, stop chasing what you don't own. Cultivate what you do, the steady, unwavering sense of self-respect that no one can shake. You owe yourself that much. Take it seriously. Build it daily. Live it fully. Because at the end of the day, your self-worth isn't a reflection in someone else's eyes. It's the light that comes from within you, bright enough to guide your way through any darkness. Number 2, focus on what you can control, your thoughts and actions. When it comes to building true self-respect, one of the most powerful things you can do is focus on what's actually within your control, your thoughts and your actions. It sounds simple, but this idea is a game changer. Why? Because so much of the stress, the anxiety, the constant need for approval, it all comes from trying to control what you simply cannot. Other people's opinions, external events, outcomes, they're out of your hands. But your mind, your choices, those are yours always. Put it perfectly, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Imagine how liberating that is. You don't have to be tossed around by every opinion, every mood, every unexpected twist life throws at you. You become the calm in the storm, the one who stays steady because you're rooted in what you can influence, your own thoughts and actions. But how do you make this real in your day-to-day life? It starts with awareness. You need to catch yourself when your mind drifts into the territory of "I need others to like me," or "if this doesn't go my way, I'm a failure." Recognize these thoughts for what they are, noise, distractions from your true power. Then deliberately shift your focus back to your own responses. Ask yourself, what can I do right now? How can I choose my reaction instead of reacting? Here's a practical exercise to help you build this habit. Every morning, take a moment and write down 2 things. One thought you want to hold on to, and one action you commit to taking that day, no matter what. Maybe it's practicing patience or choosing to respond kindly instead of defensively. Whatever it is, keep it simple and doable. By doing this, you're training your mind to zero in on what you control. Epictetus reminded us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This isn't just a nice quote to memorize, it's a call to action. When you focus on your own thoughts and actions, you reclaim your freedom. You stop chasing validation from others because you know that your value isn't dependent on their approval. It's grounded in your integrity and self-discipline. And don't underestimate the power of this shift. When your energy is directed inward, you build a fortress of self-respect. You grow resilient because you're not at the mercy of every external shake-up. You become consistent, reliable to yourself first, and that's the foundation for anyone else's respect. So start today. Choose to focus your energy on what you can control. Catch those wandering thoughts. Decide your actions with intention. This habit, practiced daily, will transform your relationship with yourself and the world. You won't need to seek approval. You'll stand firm in your own worth. That's true freedom. That's real self-respect. Number 3, external validation is fleeting. Inner peace is lasting. You've probably felt it before, the rush that comes when someone praises you, acknowledges your work, or gives you a nod of approval. It feels good, right? But here's the catch. That feeling is as fleeting as a spark in the night. It flares up, lights your world for a moment, then fades away, leaving you craving more. This craving, this endless chase for external validation, can trap you in a loop that steals your peace and steals your power. Stoicism offers a profound truth you need to hold close. External validation is fleeting, inner peace is lasting. Reminds us, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this, you have the power to revoke at any moment. This means you hold the key. Your peace doesn't depend on applause, likes, or approval. It's a quiet fortress built from within, unaffected by the unpredictable tides outside. So how do you shift from seeking validation outside yourself to cultivating that calm, steady sense of self-respect and peace inside? It starts with awareness. Notice when you're looking to others for approval. Catch those moments. Are you refreshing your social feeds for likes? Waiting for a compliment to feel worthy? Acknowledge it without judgment, then gently remind yourself, this is not where my value lives. Here's your first action step. Practice the art of self-validation. Every day, take a moment to affirm your worth out loud or in writing. Say to yourself, I am enough, or my value is not tied to others' opinions. This simple exercise rewires your mind to find strength within, not from the outside world. Next, cultivate stillness. Seneca said, We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. When you find your mind spinning with worries about what others think, pause, breathe deeply, ground yourself in the present moment. Remind yourself that true peace is found not in external approval, but in your ability to stay centered amid chaos. Another powerful exercise is journaling. Write down moments when you felt validated externally, and then contrast them with times you felt calm, confident, and content without needing anyone's approval. This reflection builds your awareness of the difference and fuels your motivation to prioritize inner peace. Remember, this isn't about shutting out the world or refusing connection. It's about reclaiming your power and dignity. When you no longer tether your self-worth to external voices, you become unshakable. You develop a quiet confidence that isn't swayed by praise or criticism. So start today. Step back from the craving for validation. Build your fortress of peace inside. Embrace the Stoic path. Your value is inherent, unchanging, and independent of fleeting applause. Take that truth, hold it close, and let it guide every step you take. Your lasting peace is waiting. Claim it. Number 4. Practice indifference to praise and criticism alike. Here's the truth. You will never have control over what people say about you. Praise will come and go like the wind, and criticism will hit when you least expect it. But here's the catch. Letting either praise or criticism rule your emotions, that's where your power drains away. The Stoics knew this deeply. Advised, if someone does wrong, it's because they are mistaken, not because they truly harm you. And that's the key. Neither praise nor blame has the power to harm you unless you let it. You need to practice a kind of indifference, a cool calm that lets words bounce off you, whether they lift you up or tear you down. This isn't about becoming numb or uncaring. It's about training your mind to hold steady, to value your own judgment above the noise of others. Imagine your mind as a lake. Praise and criticism are like leaves floating on the surface. Notice them, but don't let them disturb the deep water beneath. How do you build this? Start with awareness. The next time someone compliments you, pause. Notice the feeling that rises inside. Now, when criticism comes, do the same. Don't immediately react or let it twist your mood. Instead, observe. This little pause is your power zone. It breaks the automatic chain reaction. Epictetus reminds us, don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do, and you will go on well. That's exactly what this practice is. You don't chase praise and you don't fear criticism. You accept them as they are, external, fleeting, and ultimately out of your control. Here's a practical exercise for you. Write down a recent praise and a recent criticism you've received. Reflect on each. How did it make you feel? Now, challenge yourself to identify if those feelings were based on your own values or the opinions of others. This helps you root your self-worth internally, not externally. Another habit to develop: when you feel swayed by words, remind yourself of your core values. Ask, does this praise or criticism reflect who I truly am or want to be? If the answer is no, let it slide right off you. The beauty of practicing indifference is that it frees you. You become the master of your emotions, not their slave. When you stop chasing applause or fearing judgment, you reclaim your self-respect. You create a quiet strength that no fleeting opinion can shake. So start today. Notice your reactions. Breathe. Center yourself. Train your mind to stand firm regardless of what others say. This is more than a mental exercise. It's a way of life, a shield for your peace, and a path to true self-respect. Your value isn't in others' words. It's in how you hold yourself steady through the storm. Number 5, know your values and live by them consistently. Knowing your values and living by them consistently isn't just a nice idea. It's the foundation of genuine self-respect. When you stop chasing validation from others and instead anchor yourself in what truly matters to you, something powerful shifts inside. Your sense of worth stops being a fragile thing, tossed around by opinions and external approval. It becomes steady, unshakable. The Stoics had it right, reminds us, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. This isn't just about ethics, it's about clarity. You need to get clear on what you stand for, your principles, your non-negotiables, and then live them out without hesitation. No more bending, no more twisting yourself to fit someone else's mold. Ask yourself, what values feel so core to you that breaking them would feel like betraying yourself? Integrity, courage, compassion, discipline. Once you nail these down, it's time to let them guide your every move. Your actions become your loudest statement, not what you say, not what others think, but what you do. Here's the kicker. Living by your values isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about showing up for yourself every single day, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's easier to follow the crowd or seek approval. That's where true strength lies. Start small. Write down your top 3 values. Keep them somewhere visible. Let them be your compass during moments of doubt or temptation. When you feel yourself slipping into people-pleasing or self-doubt, pause and ask, is this aligned with my values? If the answer is no, course correct immediately. This simple habit rewires your mindset. Seneca said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Living your values grounds you in the present because you stop worrying about others' opinions. You stop chasing empty applause. Instead, you build a life that feels right to you, and that's the kind of confidence that can't be shaken. Here's a practical exercise for you. Each morning, remind yourself of your values. Visualize how you want to embody them today. And every evening, reflect on your actions. Did they line up with your values? Celebrate the wins and identify where you can improve. This practice makes living by your values a daily habit, not just a vague idea. Remember, self-respect blossoms when your inner world and outer actions match. You don't have to change who you are to be accepted. You just have to be you. Grounded, clear, and unapologetically true. So start now. Define your values. Wear them like armor. Let them guide your life. Because when you do, validation becomes irrelevant. You become your own source of strength, and that is freedom. Number 6, cultivate self-discipline to strengthen your character. If you want to stop chasing validation, there's one skill you absolutely must sharpen: self-discipline. Cultivating self-discipline isn't about being rigid or harsh with yourself. It's about building a rock-solid foundation for your character, one that no outside approval can shake. When you master this, you start owning your actions, your choices, your very identity. You stop depending on applause or nods from others because your respect for yourself runs deep and steady. Think of self-discipline as the muscle that holds you upright when life's winds blow hard. Seneca put it perfectly: no man is free who is not master of himself. That means real freedom comes when you call the shots on your habits, your reactions, your mindset. You decide what to let in and what to push away. The chaos of outside opinions, it becomes background noise, not your reality. So how do you grow this muscle? Start small. Pick one habit that you've been avoiding. Maybe it's waking up earlier, sticking to a workout, or simply not scrolling endlessly through your phone. Make a commitment to yourself. No excuses, no delays. The first few days will test you. You'll want to quit. That's the exact moment to lean in. Because every time you resist temptation or follow through despite discomfort, you're strengthening your character. Here's a practical step. Create a daily ritual focused on discipline. It could be as simple as setting a timer to focus on one task without interruption for 20 minutes. No multitasking, no distractions, just pure, intentional effort. This trains your mind to hold steady, to stay on course even when it's easier to drift. Remember's reminder, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Obstacles aren't there to stop you, they are your path to growth. When you meet resistance, don't pull back. Use it. Let it forge your discipline stronger. Another powerful exercise is journaling your progress daily. Reflect on moments you acted with self-control and moments you didn't. What triggered lapses? What pushed you forward? This awareness is key because discipline doesn't mean perfection, it means commitment. You'll slip, but what matters is how quickly you get back up. As you build this habit, you'll notice a shift. You'll care less about others' approval because you know your worth doesn't depend on their applause. It lives in your actions, your consistency, your integrity. Self-discipline anchors you in your true self, not in the fleeting approval of the crowd. So here's the challenge for you. Pick one area in your life where you feel scattered or weak. Start today to cultivate discipline there. Push past the urge to quit. Embrace the discomfort. Because every moment you do, you're sculpting a character that stands tall, unshaken by the world's noise. That's the kind of strength that leads to real self-respect, and it's yours to claim. Number 7, avoid comparing yourself to others. When you find yourself caught in the trap of comparing your life, achievements, or even your worth to others, pause. Really stop and think about what's happening inside you. That urge to measure yourself against someone else is a thief of joy and a blocker of self-respect. It pulls you away from your own path and drags you into a whirlwind of insecurity and dissatisfaction. You have to break free from this habit because the moment you start comparing, you're losing sight of what truly matters, your own growth and peace. The Stoics understood this deeply. Seneca said, "It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable." You see, your mind is your fortress, but comparing yourself to others leaves that fortress wide open to attack. When you look outside for validation or to gauge your worth, you hand over control to things beyond your influence, other people's lives, their choices, their successes. That's a dangerous surrender. You need to shift your focus inward. This isn't about ignoring others or their achievements, but about recognizing that your journey is unique. Your pace, your challenges, your strengths, these aren't anyone else's to measure. It's time to own that truth. When you stop comparing, you reclaim your energy and respect. You start living according to your values and efforts, not someone else's highlight reel. Here's something practical for you. Every time you catch yourself slipping into comparison, pause and breathe. Ask yourself, is this thought serving my peace or stealing it? Then redirect your attention. Focus on one small win today. It could be a kind word you said, a task you finished, or a moment you stayed calm under pressure. Celebrate that. It's yours and no one else. Also, consider journaling your unique strengths and achievements, no matter how small they seem. Write down what you're proud of and what you're working on. Keep this list close and revisit it whenever envy or doubt creeps in. This simple habit trains your mind to value your own journey, building a resilient self-respect that no comparison can shake. Remember's words, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Guard your mind fiercely. Don't allow it to waste energy on measuring itself against others. Instead, invest that energy in becoming the best version of you. You have the power to control your mindset. You can choose to stop chasing shadows cast by others and start embracing your own light. This isn't just about feeling better. It's about living with dignity, authenticity, and true self-respect. So start today. Notice the comparisons, confront them, and gently steer your mind back to your own path. Your peace and progress depend on it. Number 8, accept yourself fully, flaws and all. Look, the first step toward true self-respect is to accept yourself fully. Flaws, quirks, imperfections, the whole package. You've got to stop fighting against who you are, because that fight only drains your energy and keeps you trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and chasing approval from others. The Stoics knew this well, reminded us, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. You have the power. Right now. Accepting yourself isn't about giving up or settling. It's about seeing yourself clearly and treating that image with honesty and kindness. You don't have to pretend to be perfect or fool anyone, least of all yourself. Instead, lean into your humanity. Your flaws don't diminish your worth. They make you real. When you embrace that, you're no longer at the mercy of other people's opinions or the endless need for validation. Here, where you need to act, start by naming your perceived flaws. Grab a journal and list them out without judgment. Then, next to each one, write why it's a part of you and how it shapes your unique story. Don't run from these parts, explore them. Understand them. When you do this, you start dismantling the harsh internal critic that fuels insecurity. Epictetus once said, "Know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly." Knowing yourself means accepting everything in that self, including the rough edges. Stop polishing a mask for others to see. Let your authenticity shine, even if it's imperfect. Another powerful habit: when you catch yourself craving validation, pause. Ask, am I seeking approval because I doubt my own value? Breathe. Remind yourself that your self-worth is not on loan from anyone else. It's yours, built from within. Repeat this affirmation: I am enough as I am. Practice self-compassion daily. When you mess up, don't spiral into self-criticism. Instead, talk to yourself as you would a friend. You deserve that same kindness. Remember Seneca's words: begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. Finally, cultivate gratitude for your whole self, strengths and flaws alike. Each part is a tool, a lesson, a stepping stone. When you appreciate your full self, you anchor your worth in reality, not in fleeting external approval. So here's your call to action. Commit to this journey of acceptance today. Look in the mirror, acknowledge everything you see, and say, I accept myself. Do it often, do it with conviction. This isn't a one-time thing, it's a practice. But it's the foundation of unshakable self-respect and freedom from chasing validation. You're ready. Start now. Number 9, prioritize your own judgment over popular opinion. You need to understand this deeply. Your judgment, the way you see yourself and the world, must come before the opinions of the crowd. It's tempting, isn't it, to seek approval, to conform, to blend in just to feel accepted. But here's the truth that Stoicism presses upon you. Popular opinion is often fleeting, unreliable, and frequently wrong. If you let it guide your sense of self-worth, you'll be tossed around by every gust of external noise. That's no way to live. Reminded himself, and he wants you to remember, that if someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth, by which no one was ever truly harmed. But note, he said what I think or do first. That means your judgment is your starting point. It's your responsibility to be the gatekeeper of your own values. Popular opinion, it can be a distant echo that doesn't have the final say. So what does it mean for you? It means you have to start trusting yourself more. Yes, your own mind, your reasoning, your gut feeling. Not in a blind, arrogant way, but in a committed, discerning way. Because when you depend on others' approval, you hand over your power. You become reactive, vulnerable to every wave of praise or criticism. This is where your strength lies, knowing your values, your principles, and standing firm even when the world seems to disagree. Epictetus put it simply: it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If your reaction depends on public applause or condemnation, you're handing away your freedom. Here's your action step. Begin every day with a moment of self-reflection. Ask yourself, What do I believe about this? What aligns with my principles? Write it down. Let it be your anchor. Then, when external opinions come flooding in, be it social media, conversations, or the pressure to conform, test those opinions against your anchor. Another practical exercise. When you catch yourself wanting to change your behavior just to fit in or please others, pause, take a breath. Ask, am I doing this because it feels right to me or because I want validation? Be honest. Train your mind to distinguish between these impulses. Over time, you'll notice a shift. You won't feel as shaken by popular trends or criticisms. Instead, your self-respect will deepen because it's built on your own rock-solid judgment. Remember Seneca's words, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." Don't scatter your self-worth trying to be what everyone else wants. Focus inward, own your judgments, prioritize them above the crowd's noise. You have the power to live authentically, free from the chains of approval seeking. It starts by trusting yourself more than the crowd. So, take charge. Ground your self-respect in your own mind. This is your path to genuine strength and peace. Number 10. Embrace solitude to reconnect with your true self. There's something deeply powerful about solitude, about stepping away from the noise, the opinions, the endless chatter of the world, and giving yourself the gift of quiet. If you're constantly chasing validation, your mind is tangled in other people's judgments. You lose touch with what truly matters. Embracing solitude isn't about loneliness. It's about reconnecting with your true self, the part of you that's steady, clear, and whole, no matter what anyone else thinks. Seneca once said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." But before you can improve, you need to know who you are without the influence of others. When you isolate yourself, not as a punishment, but as a deliberate practice, you create space to listen to your own thoughts, desires, and values. This is where real self-respect begins. Ask yourself, when was the last time you sat in silence and just felt your own presence without distraction? If you can't remember, that's a sign to start making solitude a priority. It's in these moments alone that you clear away the noise and discover what's authentic beneath the surface. Here's the thing, you don't have to retreat for days or weeks to gain this clarity. Even small pockets of solitude, 10 or 15 minutes a day, can work wonders. Start by setting a daily ritual. Find a quiet corner, turn off your phone, and just breathe. Don't rush. Don't fill the silence. Sit with yourself and observe your thoughts as if you're an outsider. Notice which thoughts serve you and which are just echoes of what others expect. Reminded himself, nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. You can carry this retreat within you, wherever you go. The more you practice solitude, the more you build a sanctuary inside, an unshakable core that no external validation can touch. Practical exercise. Each day, schedule a solitude session. Start with 5 minutes, then increase it as you grow comfortable. Use a journal to write down what comes up during your quiet moments. What do you really want? What beliefs are truly yours? What parts of you have been lost in the noise? Writing this out grounds your experience and helps you reconnect more deeply. Remember, solitude is not about escaping the world. It's about showing up for yourself with honesty and courage. When you cultivate this inner connection, you become less dependent on the approval of others. Your self-respect grows because it's rooted in you, not in fleeting external praise. So make solitude your ally. Let it be the time where you recharge, reflect, and reclaim your identity. This is a step toward freedom, the freedom from seeking validation, the freedom to stand strong in your own truth. Embrace this practice. Protect it. Your true self is waiting for you there. Number 11. Let go of the need to impress or please everyone. Here's the truth you need to hear. You don't have to impress everyone. You're not built to please the whole world, and trying to do so only drains your energy and steals your peace. When you let go of this exhausting need, something incredible happens. You reclaim your self-respect. You take back control of your happiness. The Stoics knew this well. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Think about that. It's not about others' opinions. It's about how you carry yourself. When you stop chasing applause, you start living authentically. That's where true power lies. But I get it. It's hard to stop wanting approval. It's almost wired into us. So how do you shift? How do you start building your self-respect by ignoring that constant need to impress? First, recognize that no matter how hard you try, you can't please everyone. Some people won't like you. That's a fact. And it's okay. You don't have to bend and twist to fit their expectations. When you accept this, the weight lifts off your shoulders. You breathe easier. Next, practice saying no without guilt. No to overcommitting yourself just to earn praise. No to changing who you are for others' comfort. This is your life, your values, your peace. Hold on to them tightly. Here's a simple but powerful exercise. Every day, remind yourself, "I am enough as I am." Say it aloud. Write it down. Let it sink in. When you feel the urge to people please, repeat this mantra. Feel your confidence grow. Also, journal about your motivations. When was the last time you did something just to impress others? How did it make you feel afterward? Often, that fleeting approval fades quickly, leaving emptiness. But acting in line with your values, that builds lasting respect from yourself first and foremost. Be indifferent to what makes no difference. So, the next time you catch yourself worrying about others' opinions, pause. Ask, does this opinion affect my character, my purpose? If not, dismiss it. Let it fall away like dust. Finally, surround yourself with people who respect you for who you are, not who you pretend to be. Real connections don't require masks or performances. They thrive on authenticity. You deserve to live a life where your self-worth doesn't hinge on applause or approval. So start now. Stop the chase. Embrace your true self. Build your inner fortress of self-respect that no external noise can shake. You've got this. Take back your power, one honest moment at a time. Number 12, remember, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. There's a quote from that cuts straight to the heart of self-respect and personal growth. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Let that sink in. How often do you find yourself caught up in debates, doubts, or endless conversations about what it means to be good, worthy, or respected? How much time do you spend worrying about how others see you, instead of focusing on who you truly are? Here's the truth. Self-respect doesn't come from talking or thinking about it endlessly. It comes from action, real, consistent action that reflects your values, your integrity, and your commitment to being better every day. Isn't just giving advice, he's issuing a challenge. Stop overthinking, stop seeking external approval, and simply start living the principles you admire. Be the example, walk the path. Imagine how freeing it is to stop chasing validation from others and instead turn your energy inward. The Stoics remind us that our worth isn't defined by outside applause but by how faithfully we live according to reason and virtue. Seneca put it plainly, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. That means you have to own your present choices, right now, today. Here's your call to action. Don't spend another minute debating what being good means in theory. Define your own values clearly. What does integrity mean to you? What does kindness look like in your life? Write it down. Be specific. Then hold yourself accountable to those standards, no matter what anyone else says or thinks. Try this practical exercise. Each morning, commit to one small action that aligns with your values. Maybe it's honesty in a difficult conversation, patience when irritation rises, or generosity without expecting anything back. At the end of the day, reflect on whether you lived that commitment. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress and consistency. It's about being the person you respect. Remember, self-respect is built in moments. Moments where you choose your own standards over public opinion, where you choose character over convenience. Understood that debate and judgment from others are distractions. What truly matters is what you do with your time and who you become. So stop wasting energy on arguments about goodness or worthiness. Instead, get to work. Be the good person you admire. Live your values so deeply and authentically that no external validation can shake you. That's real power. That's real respect. Your peace, your confidence, and your freedom depend on it. The moment to start is now. Be who you want to be, don't just talk about it. Because when you live that truth, you stop chasing validation forever. Before you go, remember this. True strength isn't found in others' approval. It's built from the unshakable foundation of self-respect. The Stoics knew this well, said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Stop chasing the fleeting shadows of validation and start standing firmly in your own truth. Take these 12 lessons to heart, let them shape how you see yourself, and watch how your life transforms. The power to live with dignity and peace has always been in your hands, so step into that power today. If you found value here, hit like, subscribe, and share this message with anyone who needs a reminder that their worth isn't up for debate. Stay strong, stay grounded, and keep walking your path with the quiet confidence of a true Stoic. See you in the next one.